Hello, it's Megan from Manifesting Me. Thank you for joining me. I write, talk about, and teach manifesting. My energy work is manifesting. And I have a book available for sale on Amazon.com. It's called The Pocket Guide to Manifesting, a quick, easy, fun read that'll get you manifesting more of what you want in life and less of what you don't. You can pick that up today. There's a link in the description box of the video if you're interested. And also I do one-on-one sessions in case you want to book in with me and just figure out if you've got any manifesting blocks you're trying to work through, or just unique to you situations that we can talk through and get you on the right path for manifesting all the good stuff you're after. So as we're stepping into 2023, I guess we're a few weeks into it here, and when I'm recording this video, and we're in a real powerful time. When am I not saying that, though? You know, we're sort of consistently in this powerful time, increasingly so because more of us are waking up to our ability to manifest abundantly and manifest all day, every day, that we are creators. We've created our lives. We've created this world that we're living in. And I say that individually, so the microcosm of I've created my world that I live in, my life, my day-to-day life through my thoughts and my feelings. And I believe that collectively we've created this world that we're living in. So, you know, it works on the micro and the macro levels. Take what feels right and leave the rest behind. I will say that about anything that we ever talk about, because if it's right and good for us, it will feel good to us. It will be a yes. And if it's not right for us at the time, if we're not in resonance with it, then it's a no, and that's fine too. So stepping into 2023, can we become more intentional about what we want, the kinds of lives that we want to lead? For me, that means a life, rededicating myself to a life that is happy, that is filled with love and filled with kindness, a life that feels easy and fulfilling. Easy doesn't mean lazy. There's a difference, because I do enjoy exerting energy for the types of things that are fulfilling to me. And I think sometimes, and this would have been me in the past, if I had heard that somebody was trying to take, quote, the easy way out, I would have judged them negatively because of my upbringing and really having ingrained into my mind from the time I was young that, hard work is needed in order to live a good life. So there is a part of me that enjoys exerting, and also a part of me that recognizes life doesn't have to be so hard. It doesn't have to be so hard, and it certainly doesn't have to be unenjoyable. And sometimes I think people confuse the two, or think, they don't separate out and think that they deserve a happy life, that they deserve a life where things flow to them easily, where they can give their best without feeling like they have given all of themselves away to get in exchange a life that they are proud of, or a life they feel good about, or a life that feels good to them. So can we rededicate ourselves to the fact that we are powerful creators, that every day through what we think and what we feel, we are manifesting our lives? Can we become more intentional with our thoughts and think in terms of positivity, put our focus on what we want instead of what we don't want? Remind ourselves that we're all in this together, that there is a oneness energy flowing through each of us. There's no separation. So when I see in you something I love, it's because it's part of me too. You are reflecting back to me a part of myself. And I thank you for that. And when I see in you something I'm not so fond of, you're reflecting back to me a part of myself. And it's a part of me that I need to be aware of and that I need to embrace and learn to love. So thank you again for doing that for me. If we could do that more with each other, maybe we would live in a kinder, more peaceful world. But it starts with us individually. It's funny because I've been taking myself through an exercise of reprogramming some things. I had gotten a little bit lazy, or that's the wrong word. I used that word before. I had gotten a little fast and loose with my thoughts and found myself looking at things that annoyed me, and they would come up. Isn't it funny when we identify something that we're not fond of? When we identify anything, you could say that we're fond of or that we're not fond of, but when we identify something, how it starts to show up more. Why is that? It's manifesting. Like attracts like. Whatever we're focused on, we tend to see and grow in our lives. So when we look at what we don't like, when we find things that annoy us, we'll probably start to see more of those things. And sometimes I will try to trick myself and think, yeah, but I'm waiting to see less of it. Like there's something in my life, somebody has a habit I don't like. And oh gosh, there it is. They're doing it right now. Oh, God, that's so annoying. I really wish they'd stop. I manifest that they'll stop. Like we play this little game, like we're focused on it, the thing going away that annoys us. Well, I took that and I turned it around for myself, and it's actually been working wonderfully, where I've been kind of training myself to embrace things that previously I would label annoying, and instead I've relabeled them, and I'm shifting my perspective to, I find those things endearing. When this person does that, it endears them to me. Try that. Is there somebody in your life maybe, or something that's happening in your life? It doesn't have to be a person, so let's take people out of it. It could just be something. Maybe your furnace makes a funny noise when it clicks on, and it really just, it's so annoying. It's like nails on chalkboard for some people, or, whatever it is, turn it around and instead say, I love that noise. Oh, I look forward to that noise. When that thing happens, it delights me. Oh gosh. Or instead of, I'm a person who is, I used to, and still do to an extent, so maybe I'm going to start to reprogram during this video, label myself a rather judgmental person. And I could say that easily and comfortably and just, say, gosh, well, that's just the environment that I grew up in, and a critical, judgmental environment. And so in my adult life, as I've tried to become more loving and more self-aware and more accepting of myself and others around me, I have to overcome that obstacle of the past, that programming that I bought into. And instead, what if I stopped calling myself judgmental and critical and started to program in what I'd really like, which is I'm an accepting, loving, happy person. I want to be careful, because I can almost hear people saying, well, accepting, I'm not going to accept bad behavior in my life. That's not really what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about just having more of an open mind. I can see people and things with equanimity. I can see the people and things around me with love. I see through loving eyes. I hear through loving ears. My mind is a loving sanctuary and processes all of what comes in through my senses in a harmonious, peaceful, kind way. What if we all started to do that? And it's not to whitewash anything in our lives, but it is more to take the edge off, because we live in an edgy world right now. I don't know if you can feel that, but I feel it. And there are times when I can feel that tension rising in me. And it's a tension that I'm probably tapped into being an empath, but it's a tension that's pretty, it's out there to be seen, and I don't think one has to look very hard for it. So instead, can I work with myself, getting back to that micro that we were talking about earlier? I can't always affect the macro immediately and directly, but I can most definitely shift the micro. So I can shift what's happening inside of me when I observe the world around me, which, by the way, I've created. And that's what I'm trying to do more of. Can we all do that? I don't know. Think about it for yourself. Think if it feels right. Is there anything in your life you'd like to shift around? Are there places in your life that feel abrasive? Parts of your life, I should say, that feel abrasive to you? You have the power to transform them. And the transformation starts within, in terms of how you're looking at it, how you're processing it. Yeah, so let's do that, hey? What else? Boy, what can we rededicate ourselves to manifesting wise to create more of what we want? For me, I'm taking more time and visualizing. That was something that, maybe last fall I wasn't doing as much of. I kind of go through fits and spurts of really being hot on manifesting and having a lot of things I'm trying to create. And then after I achieve those things, after those things show up in my life, boy, I'm so content, right? I'm so content. And I kind of just stop manifesting because I'm enjoying wherever I am. I'm enjoying the day to day. We're human beings and we constantly want more, and that's a good thing because we're creative. That is what it means to be human, I believe, is that we're creative beings and we have the divine energy flowing through us. We're creating all the time through what we think and what we feel. So for me, it's just a reminder to become more intentional. So 2 or 3 times a week, whether I'm running on the treadmill or I did this when I was having acupuncture the other day, I had an hour to myself where I was sitting there with needles in me and I couldn't get up and move around. And I'm not one to fall asleep when I get acupuncture. So instead, I just used it as a time to meditate. And part of that meditation time was visualization. I was visualizing what I wanted for myself next. And then take it one step further and start to live life predicated on the vision coming true. How different would our lives be? How different would our everyday be if the big dreams that we're after, the things we want to manifest, if we were living from that space now, how would our day-to-day activities be different? What little things can we start to do now to act as if? Because that's a big thing. Acting as if something has already happened is a surefire way to ensure it will. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing for myself. That's what I've rededicated myself to. And also looking for examples of things I really like. So if there is any sort of inspiration out there for me, I'm seeking it out because it makes me feel good. And I know that when I feel good, I'm in a higher vibration. And when I'm in a higher vibration, more good stuff is attracted to me. It's drawn to me it's like a tractor beam that just pulls it all in. So as often as you can, put yourself in a good feeling space, whatever that means, whatever that takes. If it's listening to a podcast or certain music, if it's looking for images of things that are uplifting, or going to spaces in nature or museums, or whatever is feel good for you. Make it a point to spend more time searching out those feel-good things. Make time for feel-good. Doing that will naturally draw in more good things for us as we move through this wonderful and powerful year that we're in. I'm going to leave it right there. There's more I could say. I don't want to water down what's already been said, though. And yeah, I'm wishing all of you happy manifesting, and I'm wishing you ease and a gentle flow of your day-to-day life, where every good thing that you're hoping to manifest comes into your life in delightful, magical ways. Thanks for being here, and until next time.